All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our SDAR webinar on Facebook in 2021. Thank you again to SDAR for sponsoring this webinar so you guys can all be here and learn. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I know a lot of people have Zoom fatigue. We're on Zoom calls all day, and doing business is different now because we're on the computer all day. So I appreciate you taking out the time to learn a little bit more about growing your business for real estate on Facebook. If you've been to my webinars before, and even if you've been to a Facebook webinar before, I will tell you that the things I'm teaching today are different and they've probably changed because what you can count on for Facebook and what you can count on for social media is that it's always changing. So if anyone has any specific questions, feel free to type them in the chat box. If they're relevant, I will reply to them right then and there. Otherwise, I'll stick around at the end for some specific Q&A so you can get your questions answered. I want to make sure that this session is interactive, so I will give opportunities for you guys to participate, interact, and engage throughout. So make sure that you do that. If you're not doing that, then it's just going to be me talking to you the whole time. If you do engage, it'll be more exciting so we can connect and get to know each other. So let's go ahead and get started with social media success on Facebook in 2021. We're talking about what you can do to really grow your business and be successful with Facebook. So let's go ahead, and if you don't have Facebook on your phone, which I'm assuming all of you do, take out your phone, connect with me on Facebook. And if you're not already connected to me, my page is called Marketing Melody. So go ahead and type in the page, give my page a like and a follow, and I'll be posting some recaps and some things on here after so that you guys can see the information. But make sure you take out your phone, join me on Facebook and connect. And also, if you're not connected with SDAR, go on their page and like their page. The thing about Facebook pages, and how many of you type in the comments are using a Facebook business page? Let me know if you're using a Facebook business page right now for your real estate business. The thing about the pages is that you have to have people like and follow your page and connect with you in order to get visibility. So it's really important to encourage people to go on your page and to give you a like and to follow you so that you're able to get some visibility for Facebook. If you don't have anyone on your page, people won't see what you're doing and they won't see anything that you're posting. So I always encourage you to invite people to like your page, especially if you have people that are clients you're working with, people that you've worked with in the past. Go ahead and let them know that you'll be maybe sharing. I've seen some agents share photos of solds and fun things on their Facebook page, but you want to encourage people to go on there and like your page. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and like my page and like SDAR's page. And let's go ahead and continue on to the welcome. I want to welcome you guys. And again, thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and do a welcome and get to know each other a little bit better. So type in the chat box, what are you looking for as far as Facebook goes right now? What are you hoping to learn related to Facebook? And what are you looking for on Facebook? Maybe you're looking for more friends. Maybe you're looking for a news feed that is less noisy. What are you looking for related to Facebook? Type that in the comments and I'll go ahead and read out some of the answers and we'll see if we can help you with what you're looking for related to Facebook today. What I'm looking for on Facebook is that I'm looking to be able to have a more consistent video marketing schedule for myself. Melissa is looking to increase audience interaction for business and best tips on posting to get more interaction. I love that, Melissa DeMarco. Thank you so much for sharing. I just mentioned your last name because there was a few Melissas in here. Who else? What else are you looking for related to Facebook? Rusty's looking for more leads. Yep, I'm sure we would all love more leads. I'll talk to you about ways you can get more leads today. Anything else? What are you guys looking for with using Facebook? Anything specific that you'd like to get out of using Facebook? We have more leads. We've increased audience interaction. And I'm personally looking to be able to get some more consistency going with my video marketing because video marketing is huge on Facebook. And I'll talk about that later in the presentation. All right, next question. If you're not looking for anything else on Facebook, this is a question to kind of age you. So what year did you join Facebook? If you don't remember, you can kind of give a general idea, but what year did you join Facebook? And when I tell you what year I joined, you're probably going to be able to age me on that. So what year did you join Facebook? Anyone want to share in the comments or if they have no idea? Melissa said 2005. So Melissa, we're probably around the same age because I joined in 2004 when she graduated high school and had a college email. Yep. So I joined in college as well. Gina says 2009, Rusty says 2014. So Facebook used to be a site that was just for college students. I'll be throwing in some fun Facebook trivia throughout our presentation so you guys can learn a little bit about that. Linda says 2005. So also probably around my age, or probably millennials in that group when you were in college. Before Linda Lyles, oh, we have two Lindas in here. So Linda Lou Callahan and Linda Lyles. Linda Lyles is 2008. Now, I remember when I first joined Facebook, I had no idea what it was. I was invited by a dorm mate of mine in college, and it seemed like a weird place to be for college students. And then I started using it, and it was strictly a place to network and connect with people that were at your school. I would find out who was in my classes. I could look to see people in my classes. I could do discussions with people in my class sections. And now those features are gone. And now it's mostly used to stay in touch with friends and family, and it's mostly used for a business. So we have 2009, 2008, 2005, 2005, and I'm 2004. So I'm one of the longest people that have been using Facebook. All right, if you're just joining in, we're doing some welcome questions. So welcome to Tally, who just joined in. Adam, I see he joined in. We have Christy here. Next question. What is your favorite thing about Facebook? Share your favorite thing about Facebook. I love that I'm able to keep in touch with people that I wouldn't normally keep in touch with. I also really like the feature where it shows me my memories. So I can look back to see what I did at 5 years. Oh, Melissa said the same thing. Love the memories. So I'm kind of the same way. I love seeing the memories, but sometimes I cringe at the memories. Sometimes if I see 10 years ago, I'm like, oh, I really was doing that. So the memories are always a fun thing to look back at. If you're posting on Facebook, it'll tell you what you did a year ago, what you did 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Anyone else, what do you enjoy about Facebook? What's your favorite thing about Facebook? Gina says sharing experiences. Yep, I love to share my experiences as well. And I really do like to use Facebook as a positive place to share fun things that I'm doing. I know in the past year, Facebook turned into a very, I would say, controversial place. And some people were getting really upset at different posts, and it just wasn't as fun. But I think now in the new year, people are using it more positively. And Tally likes to keep up with life events from people. And Chrissy likes to reconnect with friends and distant family. I love all those as well. So with Facebook, you can really get into this dark hole where you're following people, where you're getting into arguments and following people that are negative. And I encourage you, as business owners, as people who are using it to grow their business, whether it's real estate or your small business, you really want to focus on the positive aspects of Facebook, and you want to focus on connecting with people that are more positive. So if you notice that someone is posting something really negative and they're just, posting things all the time that you are not excited about, you're able to unfollow the person without really deleting them as a friend, so that you don't have to see them, but you're still connected to them. So you don't want to delete people. You're also able to snooze someone for 30 days. I'll go into how to do that later if you want to get rid of the negative stuff on your feed. So one thing about using Facebook for business is that it's really important to be able to see people that you want to connect with on your feed and get rid of people that might not be relevant to you anymore, so that you are able to really comment, connect, and engage with people that you want as your prospects, that are your clients, that people that you want to talk to on Facebook. So let's go ahead and just let me kind of throw a few things out there to see if we're in the right place today for this webinar. So type in the chat box a number if any of these apply to you. If they all apply, type in all the numbers. Type in the number 1. If you feel frustrated with the Facebook algorithm changing all the time, and you're trying to do business, but you feel like the algorithm's changing all the time, so it's hard to really know what to post, what to do, type in number 1 if you feel frustrated with the algorithm, or maybe you don't even know what the algorithm is or how that works. So I see a lot of ones. Melissa says 1, Madeline says 1. I see another one, Gina. Anyone else feel this way about Facebook? Rusty says 1. All right, so we can all agree that the algorithm and trying to stand out is a little bit frustrating. So we'll talk about today things you can do to stand out and things you can do to kind of beat the algorithm. How about number 2? Type in number 2. If you post on Facebook, but you don't feel like people are paying attention to your updates. How many of you do this? Excuse me. How many of you feel like you're posting, but you're not getting people to pay attention to your posts? So I will say that I feel the same way as well. And I've noticed that whenever I post something about business, sometimes people just don't. Thank you to Rusty, who did give me a virtual bless you when I sneeze. Sometimes people just don't pay attention to the post, but that's a combination of people not seeing your posts and the type of post that you're creating. Facebook tends to see business posts and they don't give that as much visibility as a post that's more exciting about maybe your pets or maybe your family or something fun that you're doing. It just doesn't get as much visibility, and that's the nature of a business post. Part of that is because they want you to do advertising and boost those posts. That's why I asked earlier if anyone has a business page. Now, how many of you have ever done any advertising on Facebook, whether it's boosting a post, whether it's creating an ad, whether it's paying money? Melissa DeMarco says yes. How many of you have done advertising? Yes or no? Let me know if you've done advertising on Facebook. There is a yes by Diane, yes by Rusty, no by Telly, no by Gina. So if you do plan on doing advertising or boosting a post, you have to have a business page. If you don't have a business page, you're not able to advertise. So that's one of the benefits of having a business page, is that you are allowed to do advertising on your page. All right, next question. How many of you have ever done this on Facebook? You log into Facebook with the intention of doing business, but then you find yourself scrolling through random Facebook groups, maybe getting into arguments with strangers and just doing things that are not business related. Has anyone ever logged into Facebook because they want to do business and they've kind of gone down that black hole of Facebook where they're looking at random photos and they're talking to strangers? Anyone? I know I have done this before. So I see yeses from people, Diane, but she doesn't get into arguments online. Okay, so I like that. Tally says she's scrolling. So I like the idea of not getting into arguments online. I know it's very challenging, but if you are using Facebook for business, you want to do your best to avoid this, because it doesn't end well for anyone. You're not going to change anyone's mind on Facebook by arguing with them. And you might possibly turn away people that want to connect with you because maybe they disagree with you. So arguing on Facebook is a big no, especially if you're using it for business. If you're not using Facebook for business and you really don't care and you really feel that that's a place for you to be able to share your opinions that might not be as popular or might be controversial, then by all means. But if you are using Facebook for business in any way, we want to avoid arguing with people, especially people that are strangers. It's just not worth it. There's many other things you can be doing. So I always say that if you feel the need to argue with a stranger, get off Facebook. That's time to turn Facebook off, right? Can you guys agree with me? You got to just turn it off, go do something else, go and, go for a walk, grab a cup of tea, anything but argue with a random stranger. We've all been guilty of being tempted, or we've all done it in some way. I know that I've replied to posts in Facebook groups that might have been controversial where I should have just not replied, but I know that I have done that before. So it's okay, but we want to avoid it if we're using it for business. All right, let's share some fun facts about Facebook and why it's still relevant. I get this question all the time. Is Facebook still relevant? Do I still need to be on Facebook? Well, let me tell you, Facebook in 2021 is still relevant, and it is still the most used social media platform with 2.79 billion users. So people use Facebook more than any other social media platform. Tally says, yes, my hands hover over the keys, but no typing. I love that. And if you guys are not talking, feel free to turn off your mics. I'm hearing some background noise because we are recording this. I want to make sure that when we do the recording, people can hear it properly. So go ahead and turn, I'm going to actually mute everyone. And then if you want to talk, just unmute yourself. More than 1.4 billion people are using Facebook groups every month. So how many of you are in a Facebook group or in some Facebook groups? Tell me some of the Facebook groups you guys are in right now. Type it in the comments, and I'll share a little bit more about why Facebook groups might be important if you're using it for your real estate business. And one way that I share with my clients on how they can use Facebook groups is that they can be a resource. Many Facebook groups do not allow you to promote your business, but you can go ahead and use it to be a resource. If you are on, so go ahead and mute yourselves if you're not talking. For some reason, I pushed the mute button, but I still hear some background noise. If you are using Facebook and you are, let me try to do the mute again. Let me see. So Suzanne, it looks like you're on. If you can mute yourself. For some reason, I muted everyone and yours is not unmuted. I can hear some background noise. So Suzanne, if you're on, if you can go ahead and mute yourself, please. And so Facebook groups are a great place to be a resource. I recommend joining your neighborhood Facebook group. And if someone is asking for a referral or recommendation, make sure you jump in there, recommend your favorite contractor for air conditioning or for painting. As real estate agents, you want to focus on being a resource. So you should have people that you collaborate with, maybe a lender, maybe it's someone who's a mortgage person. If you see anyone ask for neighborhood resources, even if it's a referral for a restaurant, you want to do your due diligence and make sure that you understand the offerings in your community so that you can be a resource for people. Now, the more that you can answer questions of people asking for resources, the more that they'll see what you're doing, they'll see what your business is, and they might come to you when there's a time of need. Another stat about Facebook is that 2/3 of Facebook users visit a local business page weekly. This is a business page, such as one for your real estate company, for a restaurant, for a local retail store. People do visit business pages. Now, there's not too much engagement on business pages versus a personal page. There's more engagement on personal pages, but people do visit business pages. So we'll talk about how to really capture people on your business page and how to get that engagement once they do visit your page. How many of you recently have visited a business page? Type in the comments what business page you have visited recently. Type it in and let me know. Maybe it is a local business owner. Maybe it's your own business page if you haven't visited someone else's. So I recently visited the business page for SDAR when I was setting up this webinar, San Diego Association of Realtors. Most of you are joining me through SDAR. Some of you aren't, but I visited their business page. What business pages have you visited recently? And I'm going to answer some questions of Facebook groups. I had someone say that they're in some meetup groups, some real estate groups. Tally's in the City of San Marcos page. Melissa visited the SoCal Rental Housing Association page. Any other business pages you guys have participated in recently? All right, so when you visit the business page, even if you are not seeing a lot of activity on the page, Gina visits local restaurants, you want to make sure that the page is set up properly, right? And you probably like it if the page is set up properly and that there's engagement and it looks professional. So keep that in mind. Even if you're not actively using your business page, you do want a business page set up so that people can find your information so it looks professional and it doesn't look outdated. If your page looks outdated, then your business looks outdated. So if you've been to my webinars before, you know that my intention is for you to leave today with just one thing that you can execute right now. Now for me stands for no opportunity wasted. I want you to take one thing from today and be able to leave this webinar or even do it during the webinar and execute it to grow your real estate business. It doesn't have to be 5 things. It doesn't have to be everything, but just have one thing that you get from today that you can execute and apply to your business. And then one of my favorite quotes that applies to social media marketing is about consistency. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. So whatever you choose to do on Facebook, you want to make sure that you are consistent with it, because if you're not consistent with it, you're not going to get consistent results, whether that is posting a video once a week, whether it's posting a tip once a week, whether it is going on there and interacting with people with intention once a week. You want to be consistent with how you show up on Facebook. The way you show up on social media reflects the way you show up in your business. People who hire a real estate agent want to know that that agent is consistent with their follow-up, is consistent with their sales is consistent with managing their business. First thing I want to share on Facebook, and then I'll get into the first tip, is that you don't own your Facebook contacts. Here's what I mean. If Facebook were to shut down, if Facebook were to ban you, if they were to delete your account, you would lose all the contacts you have on Facebook. So share with me in the comments approximately how many contacts you have on Facebook, combining your personal page and your business page. Approximately how many people do you know on Facebook? I have, I believe, 2,600 contacts on my personal profile, maybe 2,600 or 2,300 on my business page. So 800, 500, 250. We're all the way up into the hundreds. These are a lot of people that are potential people that you can connect with for your business, but you don't own those contacts. So the first thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, if you're using Facebook for business or if you're using Facebook for marketing, is that you need to work on building your database with your Facebook contacts. I will share an example with you recently of something that happened. I had someone come to me and they told me, and this was actually a client of mine who is a real estate agent. They told me that they all of a sudden, Melissa has 3,000 people. They all of a sudden could not access their business page. They got hacked. So it's not anything that they did. It was not their fault. They got hacked and they suddenly could not access their business page. They couldn't run ads. They couldn't access things that they had in the past. So it wasn't their fault, but they lost the access to the hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people that were on their business page. This actually happened to two different people. So one was a real estate agent who lost access to being able to run ads, and one was another colleague of mine who simply lost access to accessing her business page at all. She had the business page for years and she couldn't access it. Both of these people attributed this to getting hacked. The person who couldn't access his ads noticed that there was a random Facebook page that someone also started under his name. The person that couldn't access her page at all had noticed a few weeks prior that she got a notification that someone had possibly breached her Facebook page. So now these people did nothing at all and they lost access to all their Facebook contacts just like that. This is why it's really important if you are nurturing leads on your Facebook, if you're trying to connect with your sphere on Facebook, you need to build your database off of Facebook with your Facebook contacts. And here's what I mean. How many of you have a separate place where you're collecting emails and phone numbers for prospects? Could be a MailChimp, it could be a CRM. How many of you are doing that right now? Let me know what system you're using. I personally use MailChimp for my email system. What do you use? I also have a CRM, customer or client relationship management system, and my CRM, I use HubSpot. So I use MailChimp and I use HubSpot. So Diane uses her CRM where she collects emails. Anyone else? Is anyone else using one? Or if you're not, say that, just let me know in the comments, and we're not going to judge anyone. This is to help you learn. To say I'm not collecting any emails. I'm not using a CRM or a database. So let me know yes or no. And if you are, let me know what you're using as your CRM. Rusty's using Lead Simple. I'd love to hear that you're using something. Anyone else? What else are you using as your CRM? Linda uses her CRM and she uses Excel. And Diane is RealVolve. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. No CRM yet, but we'll be using Chime. Anyone else? Anyone else using a CRM or some sort of database to collect emails? So the first thing you want to do if you're not collecting emails and phone numbers off of social media is today sign up for a CRM or sign up for an email platform. Again, I use MailChimp and I use HubSpot. Those two are completely free to sign up for. You don't have to pay for them. So make sure today you sign up for something if you're not using anything. Even if you don't have any contacts yet, you want to sign up for something. So how many of you have had conversations on Facebook where people are messaging you back and forth? Maybe they're asking questions about real estate or about business related topics, but you're doing it on the Facebook chat. Has anyone done that with anyone? I do it all the time. People email me, message me on Facebook all the time. Has anyone else ever had some business messages through Facebook? Diane says yes. Anyone else? message people that are business related. No, Tally says some. So every time, I want you guys to start doing this immediately. Every time someone messages you on Facebook that's somewhat business or real estate related, you want to take that conversation off of Facebook as soon as possible. Ask for a phone number and or email and say, hey, what is your email? Let me message you more information. Or, hey, what's your number? Let me give you a call. You have gotten someone who's interested in your business, so you want to make sure that you add them to your database in your system off of Facebook, because we talked about before, where I showed you 2 examples, is that Facebook can at any time delete what you're doing. They can ban you, they can remove you, even if you didn't do anything wrong. So I want you guys to start today, sign up for a system, database, or CRM, and every time you have a message related to business, take it off of Facebook. Mentioned already, use a system to collect emails and use a CRM to track your leads. Some people use a CRM for both emails and their leads. I use a database system called MailChimp to collect my emails, and then once they become a lead, I go ahead and add them to my CRM to track those leads. Okay, so you can do it whatever works best for you. But as long as you have a way to take people off of Facebook. Facebook Messenger is really challenging to track. I get all these messages. I can't easily search. I can't sort by date. So there's no way to really keep track of business emails through Facebook Messenger. And also Facebook Messenger is always changing. They need you to download a separate app now. You have to access it in a different way. So it's really challenging, especially if you have a business page to respond to all the messages, because you have to also use a separate platform or separate system to track those. So you want to make sure that you get people on the phone or on email. That's my first tip that I want you to start doing immediately if you're not already. One way that you can use Facebook to get leads is that you can create a lead magnet. How many of you know what a lead magnet is? Type in the comments. If you know what it is, share what it is. If you don't know what it is, then no worries at all. Melissa says, nope, no. So we have a few no's here. Anyone know what a lead magnet is? Anyone, if you know, Rusty says no. So that's okay. That's why we're here today. A lead magnet is something that helps you attract leads so that you can add to your database. It's something that people sign up for, that you offer them because you're giving them something. So I'll share an example of a lead magnet for me. This webinar is a lead magnet. I am hosting it for, well, not exactly this webinar. This is a SDAR webinar, but if I were to host my own webinar, it would be a lead magnet because I would offer a place to sign up. You would sign up and give me your email. And then whether you attend or not, I now have your information and I know that you're interested possibly in marketing services for your real estate business. An example of lead magnet that you can create is that you can create something that is a tips sheet. This is a sheet. This is just a gibberish sheet that I've typed up. This is a sheet that I just typed up on Word. I want to show you that it's easy, that you can just use a Word document, type in a sheet with tips, maybe for first-time home buyers. 4 things you have to do as a first-time home buyer. Maybe it's a veteran buyer. 5 things to do when you are buying your first home as a veteran. It's something you create that someone will want, and in exchange for getting it, they give you their phone number or they give you their email. Does anyone have any ideas of what a lead magnet could be for their real estate business or their business? Type in any examples. Other examples can be you share a video with someone, and it's a video. If you get the email, you're going to get this video, and the video I'm going to share with you how you can start preparing to buy your first home. Or maybe you're helping people flip homes. Maybe you're helping people list their homes. I know right now people want to get listings because there's more people that want to buy than people that want to sell. So here are 5 things you can do to increase the value of your home. And maybe you have it in a video, but you don't post the video online. You only post a link for people to sign up to get it if they give you their number or their email. I'm going to share a lead magnet that someone did to me recently. For those of you who are in San Diego, has anyone ever been to the restaurant called Ventana? It's located in Escondido. It's at a car dealership. It's a Lexus car dealership, which is really random. Melissa says, yes, it's one of a restaurant that I love. And I went there a couple weekends ago. As I was driving in, there was someone, Linda says she loves that place. Yep, I love that place too. It's a local business. I want to support them. I'm trying to support local restaurants that are open. As I was driving in, there was someone sitting at the front, because you have to drive into the car dealership. And she says, are you here to go to the restaurant? And we said, yes. And she said, well, if you scan this QR code, type in your information, we're to give you $40 off. So I thought, oh, wow, that's wonderful. Of course I want $40 off. It was $40 off your next visit, so you have to come back later. But that was for the car dealership to get my information. So I scanned the QR code, I typed in what kind of car I had, and they wanted to appraise my car. And then I actually just got an email today, and they said, hey, make sure you call us, and we're going to give you your $40 off, because now they have my information and they want to buy my car. Well, I'm leasing my car, so I can't sell it to them. But they're giving me a $40 coupon for a restaurant, and I gave them my information. So think about something like that to get people on Facebook to give you their information. I'm going to share it with you where you can do this on Facebook. You can do it on individual posts. Also, if you have a business page, let me go ahead and change up. That's for the next slide. Let me go ahead and pull up my business page and share with you. My business page. Or you know what? If anyone has a business page that want me to pull it up, let me know, and I'm happy to pull up your page and show the example on your page. If anyone's brave enough, type in the link to your business page on the chat box and I'll pull it up. If not, then that's okay too. Okay, so here is my business page. And when you go on someone's, it's actually probably better for me to type in someone else's business page, because I'm logged in as the admin, so I can't see. So does anyone brave enough want me to pull up their business page on here, and I can talk to you about? Anyone want to type it in or yell it out? For some reason, I'm not. Where'd the chat box go? All right, let me go back to the chat. Did anyone type in there? Oh, here we go. I see Melissa typed in hers. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Melissa's page. Thank you for sharing that, Melissa. FB's Property Management. All right. So here, I love it. I love that you have a video on the background. Right here, this place that says contact us. So I can click on it, and this is a call to action. Okay, now you can also take people to a page where they can sign up for something. So you can change that to where it says sign up. So make sure that you pay attention to what you have as the box right here. Does anyone have this set up? What do you have on your Facebook business page? This is contact. I'll show you another example, and if anyone else wants to share their page. If not, I'm going to go ahead and I will go ahead and type in my page, and I'll show you what it looks like to change that part. So another thing you can do to grow your page is go on your business page after our call and see what you have right there. So if you click edit sign up, here's what it shows you. It goes to these little options, and you can click on edit button. Now the button you can choose is the sign up button, and you can take people to a page to enter their information to download a checklist or another lead magnet you create. You can have people click on a button to send you an email, and then you get their email. You can have people call you right away where they can click and see your phone number, and then you can get their phone number. If you're a restaurant, you can start an order. If you can want people to follow your page, you can click the follow button so people can go on there and follow your page right away. So choose what makes most sense for you, but keep in mind, you can use this place to promote a lead magnet. Another place I want you to be able to promote something, it can be a lead magnet or your website, is your profile photo. When I work with clients and I check their Facebook page and we update it, most people on their profile photo, if you click on it, it's blank. Here, I have a caption and I lead people directly back to my website, okay? Profile photo, make sure you have a caption. the header photo right here, this is a photo of me recording a LinkedIn learning course. So I have a caption and then a link to my LinkedIn learning courses right here on Facebook with an action on how to access my courses. So just make sure that you have calls to action right at the very top of your business page, on the profile photo, on the header, and also on the button that Facebook gives you. I'm going to go back to Melissa's and I'll check on Heather's, who shared her page, and see what they have there. And if you don't have anything, that's okay. You can go back and change it. So this is FBS Property Management Company. If I click on the profile photo, I see that she does have a caption and a link to her site. So I love that. You can read about what she's doing here and then go straight to her website. So that's awesome. Now let's go ahead and click on the video here. Oh, looks like you can't click on the video. Oh, you can, and here we go. You can click and enter the full screen of the video. You know, the video, it's not letting me click. So that's okay, because the video itself is interactive. So that's awesome that she has a video. Let me check on one more. Heather M shared her page and she shared your San Diego home connection. So let me go ahead and see if I can type that up. Oh, why did that give me something else that I copied? Your San Diego home connection. Okay, so if I'm looking at Heather's page, she has the contact us button right here. So that's what she chose as her, oh, looks like I'm getting messages from all you guys' pages that I'm going to. Her profile photo. So Heather's profile photo is blank as far as the caption and the call to action. So she'll want to go in there and just click edit, type in a caption, type in a call to action, type in a link or a phone number somewhere. If yours is blank, then all you have to do is click on your profile photo and type something in. And let me check her cover photo. That's also blank. So she's going to want to just click on the cover photo, click the edit button, type in a little blurb, type in something about her company, put in a link or phone number and call to action. So people click on these because they're the first thing that they see when they go on your page. So you want to make sure that they easily lead you to a call to action. Next thing you want to make sure that you have set up is the services page. If you have a business page, you click on services. So I like that she has her services set up. She's residential real estate sales, and she types in information about her being a realtor right here. Make sure you have your services too. So I see Tally on the page. Tally, we've worked together before, so I'm going to type yours in because I'm pretty sure yours is set up. So I'm going to use yours as an example. So Tally's been one of my clients who I've worked together one-on-one with, and I'm pretty sure we set hers up, but let's see if hers is set up with the services page. The Tally Weber Realtor. If I click on her services page, she has buying homes, selling homes, real estate referrals, and real estate investments. So if you don't have the services page set up, you want to make sure that you set up the services page so that people can go on there and they can see what you do right away. All right, so I'm going to pull back up my presentation and I want to share a couple fun facts with you. So where did the presentation go? There we go. You guys see your presentation now? So the first tip I shared is to really build your database with social media contacts. I shared with you a few ways to do that. And I shared with you guys how to create or some examples of a lead magnet. And then here's what I want to share next. Oh, that's the wrong. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So this is a fun fact I want to share about Facebook. How many of you know who the first face of Facebook is? Who is this guy on Facebook? If you were on Facebook in 2004, 2005, then this looks familiar with you for you, and you probably have seen this, and it was first called the Facebook. Does anyone know who the first person featured on Facebook was? This is the first face of Facebook. Anyone have a guess on who that person is? And this is just for fun because I want to share some fun facts about Facebook with you guys. So Heather says Mark Zuckerberg. That is a really good guess, but it is not Mark Zuckerberg. Who else might have a guess on who the first Facebook face is? So you guys are probably gonna be very surprised, and I typed up some fun facts here. This person is actually Al Pacino. Can you guys see the resemblance now that I mentioned it? It's Al Pacino. Al Pacino was the first face on Facebook. A very early iteration of the site displayed a header image featuring a man's face obscured behind binary code. The identity of the man could not be seen clearly, but it later was surfaced that this is Al Pacino. The person who created the logo somehow decided to use his face. So that's how he became the first face of Facebook. Would anyone guess that? So that's a fun fact. If you're ever on a trivia show, it's Al Pacino. I want to share another fun fact about Facebook, and I'm going to see if you guys maybe know the answer to this. Who was a co-founder of Facebook that also founded a defunct music sharing site called Napster? And if anyone was on Napster, let me know. I had Napster when I was younger. I loved being able to get the quote unquote free music. Anyone know who the co-founder, one of the co-founders of Facebook? So that person's name is Sean Parker, and he originally acquired the domain for $200,000. And he was really the driving force of Facebook launching. All right, so I see a couple people that are in the waiting room. Let me let those people in. Hopefully they don't miss too much. So that's just a couple fun facts about Facebook, so that if you ever get asked on trivia show, you will know the answers. Okay, so the second tip I want to share about Facebook, I'll pull back up my Facebook profile, is that you want to make sure that your personal profile is fully optimized to promote your business. Now, even if you're not doing business on your personal profile, if someone is looking for you online, they will click on your Facebook personal profile. Again, even if you're not using it for business. So you want to make sure that the things related to your business are completely updated and filled out. In 2021, people care more about that personal connection, so that they will go on your Facebook personal profile, even if you're not doing business on your Facebook profile. So I'm going to pull up my profile, and I'm going to show you some things you can do to optimize your profile. Then we'll share the last tip, and then I'll get you guys out of here because I know you guys have other meetings to do today. All right, so let me pull back up my Facebook page. So my Facebook personal profile is right here. And again, I don't use it for business. I use it for personal. So you can see I have family photos on here. First thing that I want to make sure that you guys all have, and another thing that you can do today, is that you want to make sure that you have this information at the very top filled out. Okay. So this is a very short, brief bio. The reason this is important is because it's the first thing that people see when they go on your page, whether it's on a mobile phone or the computer. So you want to make sure that you put some information about your business on here so that people can see information about what you do right when they click on your profile. Okay, so I have listed, I'm a professional speaker, social media consultant, real estate marketing, I'm a mom, and I'm a yogi. You put some personal things, but always make sure that you have some business related things. So how many of you have this section filled out? A yes or no? If not, that's okay. You're going to fill it out today. Let me know if you have this section filled out. Yes, now I do. So it looks like someone just did it on our call. Anyone, yes or no? Rusty says no. So Rusty, you're going to want to make sure that you edit this section. It's right at the very top when you log into Facebook. I see a lot of yeses. I love it. So I love that people are saying yes. So now that you have that section filled out, the second thing that you want to make sure that you do for your business is that at the very top, you want to make sure that you list your job title. And you, Linda says her title rep helped her. Awesome. So I'm glad that someone has helped you do that. List your current job title in real estate or whatever job you are, and make sure you link it back to your business page if you have a business page. So it's going to be the very first thing people see. Linda says she does not have that. That's okay. So how you edit this section is that you click on where it says edit details, okay? And then the very first thing that I want to make sure it's visible is my current work and my job. If you don't have this, you're going to click on the button that says add a workplace. So I already have a workplace. I'm going to edit the workplace. I'll show you how to link your business page. If you already have it, click on this edit button where you edit workplace. You type in your company name and it'll automatically pull up business pages if your business page is registered on Facebook. So if I work at SDAR, I will start typing in SDAR. Oh, maybe it's typed like this, San Diego Association. So here it is. Because their page is registered on Facebook, I'm able to type in SDAR and it'll automatically link me back to the business page. Now, if I'm Tally, I pulled Tally's page up early. I'm going to type in Tally Weber Realtor. So that links it back to my business page. You want to make sure that it's linked and you want to make sure that it says you're currently working there. You also want to make sure that it is visible on your profile. So the second thing, that's the second thing I want you guys to pay attention to make sure that your business page is dialed in. The next thing is that you want to make sure that you're cross-promoting and linking your other business pages. I have my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and my YouTube, and my website, and also my Facebook business page. You want to make sure your business pages are linked. You also want to make sure that when you edit this section, those things are made public, okay? So you can make your page private, but you want to make sure your contact info and things that are relevant for your business are public. The reason is because we mentioned before, people will go on your page. So you want to make sure that it's very easy for them to be able to access you by making sure you update this. Now, other things, I'm not going to have time to go through them all today, but you want to make sure that you have all your privacy settings set up properly so that people can see. I recommend that when you make a post that's business related, it's public. Okay, you want to have a public post for your business post. If you want to make your personal post private, that's fine. I mostly just have all of mine public because I feel that people like to see things I'm doing personally more than my business things. As much as I would like to think that my business workshops are so exciting, just for some reason people don't think business webinars are as exciting as me posting a photo of my kids. So to check your privacy settings, you're going to make sure that you do this periodically because they always change. On the top right, click on your account and you click on settings and privacy, and you want to do a privacy checkup and check on your settings. So you guys can do that on your own. If you want me to walk you through the important things on this, then we can do that on a one-on-one session or a different time, but make sure you have a note to do that on your own. Second thing on your Facebook page that I want to share that most people don't do is that your friends list. Okay, I have 2,600 friends, so I'm not going to be able to see everyone's updates. So I want to make sure that the people I want to see, they show up. So what I can do is that I can add people to individual lists. So this is a friend of mine, Kristen. I click over here and I can add her to my favorites. If she's on my favorites, she will pop up on my newsfeed more than other people. I believe you can add maybe 20 favorites. So if there are people that you want to keep in touch with, maybe they're prospects, maybe they're clients or they're good friends, add them to your favorites list. Another thing I can do is I can edit friend list. Now I have added her to my real estate list. I just did this as an example, and my real estate prospects list. This is people that work in real estate and people that are prospects to join my marketing programs. For you, you can create a list that is for your clients, or a list that's strictly for prospects, or a list for your family, or a list for people that come to your open houses. This way you can easily sort people that are prospects that you want to work with, that you want to see what they're doing. So I'll show you where to look for that. So I'm going to go ahead and click off of my profile, click on my home page. On my home page, that was my main profile. This is my home page where I see my news feed. If I click over on the left-hand side and I click on friends, I can see people that are trying to add me. There's also, for some reason, my computer is cutting off. One second, my computer is cutting off me being able to see what I'm doing over here. All right, so I might not be able to show that to you, but on the left-hand side, there is a place where you click on see more. And there we go. And it's called friends list. So click on your friends list. And now I can click on my real estate prospects list. So I have all the people that work in real estate on this list, and I can see just their posts. So when you're on Facebook and you're being intentional with your posts, these are real estate people that I added here as an example. I can go on, I can comment on their posts. I can like their posts. Remember, you want to show up for people and you want people to see you. So why not go and comment on people and see their feed of people that are clients or friends or prospects. So this is all the people that I have on this real estate list. I can add more people. I'll add someone. I don't know if Talia, we're friends, and then I can add you on here. If you're there, so I'm going to add Tally on here. So now she's on my prospects list when I click over here for my real estate prospects. So does this make sense for you guys to be able to do, maybe add people that you're prospecting, add people that you're connecting with more so they can see you, so you can comment on their stuff so that they can see that you're paying attention to what they're doing? So how many of you have a friends list that is organized like this, or it's typing yes or no? Let me know. And if you don't, that's okay, because this is why we're on this webinar. So Gina says no, Heather says no. So this is one thing you can start doing to be able to get more visibility on Facebook. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to wrap up the presentation soon. I know you guys have to get out of here. I will be around until 12:15. If you guys have to leave at 12, then I totally understand that as well. So the third thing to keep in mind, and I'm not going to be able to go into the nitty-gritty of how to do this, is to get more visibility on your posts, you want to do Facebook Live, you want to live stream on video. How many of you have done live streaming on Facebook? Linda says, I want all these things when I posted that. No, I see logged in late. Were we able to get a copy? So Joan, if you logged in late, yes, you will be able to get a copy as long as you registered through the original link that either SDAR sent you or that was on my website through Ticketleap. As long as you registered, you'll get a replay for this. Okay, so why is live streaming so important? First of all, it's the most viewed type of content on Facebook, but it's the least used type of content from business owners and marketers. So why is that? More people use it as consumers, but the least number of people use it as business professionals. Heather says, I hate myself on camera. I totally understand that. I also do not like to look at myself on camera as well. I totally get that. That is the number one reason people don't go live, is that they're afraid, they're embarrassed, they don't want to see themselves, they feel they're going to mess up. So people don't go live, but if you can get over that barrier, then you'll get more views and visibility on both your personal page and your business page. And I will share with you something exciting, is that next month, mark your calendar, April, let me make sure I have the date correct, April 14th, so pull out your calendar if you don't have it out already. April 14th on Wednesday at 11 a.m., SDAR is going to be sponsoring another webinar where I'm going to be featured, and I'm going to be teaching you how to use Facebook Live. So type it in, April 14th, 11 a.m., SDAR webinar. You will get an email from them, or you'll get an email from me on how to sign up, but put on your calendar now. I will do a Facebook Live that's exclusively on how to live stream on Facebook and even some other social media sites. All right, so if you're not live streaming, you should be. I won't be able to go into all the details on how to today, but I do want to share that that is the number one type of content that you can post to get more interaction and engagement on Facebook right now. So those are the main tips I have for you today. If you would like more information, I'm going to be doing a quick recap. I am going to be hosting at the end of this month a Marketing Success Mastermind event. That is an event where it's going to be a small group of people that's more focused on me helping you get things done and helping you get organized, as opposed to me just talking to you and giving you a lecture. We will be able to help you establish your social media goals. We'll be able to develop consistent marketing strategies for you. We will be able to do this on Thursday, March 25th. It's 3 to 4:30 p.m. So if you're interested in attending, that's when it's going to be. And it is a ticketed event. It is also, we'll be able to help you create revenue generating content. It's a ticketed event for $99, but it's going to be more one-on-one. So I'll be having you pull up your sites. I'll be having you network. It'll be no more than, I would say, 5 or 6 people. Maybe we'll have more. I'll cap it at 10, but it's going to be a very small group where we're going to actually be getting some of these things done. I'll also give you tips on live streaming. It doesn't have to just be Facebook though. It can be all of social media. If you're interested in attending, this is when the event is, and that is the cost of the event. As a thank you for attending today, I'm going to give you $25 off if you register before the end of today and during the webinar. I'll have an online registration link, but if you want to attend and you want to get that discount, go ahead and send the $74, which is $25 off, to my Venmo. You can send it over to my Zelle, which is my information's right there. So because I appreciate you guys being here, if you want to attend the one-on-one mastermind, where we're going to have just a few people, where we're going to go through, go ahead and send the Venmo or Zelle, and I'll make sure you're registered. And the date, again, if you didn't catch that, is going to be March 25th, 3 to 4:30 p.m. on March 25th. So if you're interested in joining, again, send that over to me and I will send you the information before the end of the call. Now we will do a quick recap, and then I will leave it if you want to stay open for Q&A. So we talked about today, the main thing that you want to do on Facebook is to build your own database, is to take those conversations off Facebook, is to get as many phone numbers and emails as possible with prospects through your database, get them off of Facebook. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is that you want to make sure that you have a fully optimized profile. Checking your security settings, privacy settings, making sure you have your business information relevant at the very front. Also making sure that your business pages have links on your profile photo, your header photo, and your services page. These are things that people check the most. Third thing is that you want to start to live stream on Facebook. I'm going to challenge you to do a live stream if you haven't. And if you want more tips on how to do that, I'm happy to work with you one-on-one. But just go ahead and do it and you will get more visibility. So Joan had a question. What if we don't use Venmo? I put my Zelle right there. Also, if you want to contact me, send me an email. I will send you an online link you can pay with your credit card if you want to do that as well. But I put the Venmo because it's quick, and I know people like to use Venmo to do quick payment. So that is my recap. I have a bonus for you as a thank you. I did a webinar with SDAR on virtual events a few months ago, and I have a free course that I can give you that's on LinkedIn Learning that is about virtual events and how to incorporate them to your business, real estate, or any business. Virtual events meaning webinars, virtual home tours, virtual workshops on how to get your first home, virtual summits if you want to partner with other real estate professionals, your lender, your escrow person. I have a course on LinkedIn. It's a $29 course, but it'll be free if you want to access it as a thank you for being here. To do that, go ahead and someone's asking for my last 4 digits of my Venmo. It's 9421. I'm going to type that in. 9421 is my last 4 digits of my phone number. 9421. If you guys want that course for free, add me on LinkedIn and send me a message saying that you would like my free LinkedIn Learning course, and I'll send that over to you so you have access to it for free. And if you are not on LinkedIn, I have courses that I've done through SDAR about LinkedIn as well. So that's my free bonus for you, is my free virtual events course. Also, the discount if you want to attend the mastermind. So thank you guys so much. I have typed my information there if you want to join the mastermind. Thank you to SDAR for sponsoring and hosting this webinar. I will be back in April, on April 14th, with a webinar that is about live streaming on social media. So what questions do you guys have for me? If you have questions and if you have to leave, that's okay. But before we leave, Jenna says, I just Venmoed you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much. I will get back to you on details. Before you leave, I'm going to see if we can do a screenshot of everyone here. So turn on your videos if you don't have them on. And I'm going to see if we can just do a screenshot just to see how much fun we're having. If that's okay with you guys to turn on your videos. And I'm going to pull you guys up on the screen to view everyone. And I'm also going to do something. Most of you guys have your videos up. Don't be shy. So do not be shy. Show your face on here. And let me know if you guys are wanting to get on my, okay, so I'm gonna do a quick video, you guys, so make sure you guys are, you can turn off your mutes. I'm gonna have you guys talk, turn off your mutes. All right. All right, hello everyone, say hello to my social media. We are wrapping up our Facebook webinar today. Did you guys have a great time and learn something today?
Yes.
And do you guys have anything exciting you're going to do on your social media? You can all shout it out at once.
Write my bio.
I love it. So there's so much information, we can't even hear what they're saying. So if you guys missed today, I will be back next month, April 14th, with another SDAR webinar. And I want to show you guys this on my other screen. How many of you know who this guy is? This guy was the first face of Facebook. Let me know if you know who he is, and I will be posting the answer to who this guy is on Facebook. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining. You can wave a goodbye.
Thanks, Melody.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys. So if you guys have any questions, I'm doing Q&A right now. I see some people typing in the Q&A. If not, thank you guys so much. I'm going to stop the recording, but thank you again. Melody Tao here with Marketing Melody, Marketing Road to Success. This is a webinar for social media with San Diego Association of Realtors, SDAR, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. So I'm stopping the recording, but I will stick around.